So I think I accidentally turned StormDawn into two completely different channels, which feels slightly concerning. I started a YouTube channel 7 weeks ago, knowing absolutely nothing, and I wanted it to feel authentically me, which is fun, adventure, storytelling, outdoors, here we go, but also my faith, which is at the core of who I am. And so StormDawn was born. The adventures and the spiritual side. But last week I began to realise that StormDawn was becoming two completely different channels, which wasn't exactly the plan. I mean, I've only just started my first channel 7 weeks ago. Surely I can't start another one when I really hardly know what I'm doing. And let's face it, I still haven't properly worked out how to make a short. And a lot of this journey involves me Googling, why is CapCut doing that? But I kept feeling the tension. I'd be editing a bike video whilst also writing a psalm reflection. I'd upload one thing and immediately feel pulled towards making something completely different next. And I started wondering, do these two things need separate homes? Because both audiences matter. Both halves are genuinely part of who I am. I wasn't choosing between fake and real. I was actually choosing between two authentic parts of myself. Which sounds very deep, but basically what that meant was one audience came for outdoors and nature and bike rides and weird stories, and the other came to sit quietly in the Psalms. And it wasn't that one side was fake, they just needed different spaces. So then I made the decision to go all in and give Psalms their own home. And weirdly, the moment I created psalming, well, it just felt right. Like the channel could finally breathe into what it was actually meant to be. So, welcome to psalming, a new home for slowly walking through the Psalms together. And the format's, as ever, pretty simple. Psalm Monday, Psalm of the week, where we sit together in that psalm and end with a quiet reflection, noticing what stood out. Prayer Wednesday, a prayer shaped around that week's psalm. And Reflective Friday, a deeper devotional and an honest reflection on what the psalm is wrestling with. It's intentionally slower, quieter, more reflective, and definitely not polished preaching from a distance. It's a space where we can wrestle with what these psalms are saying and how they meet us in real life and what they mean in today's world that looks very different from biblical days. And I'm thinking, and I'm hoping it's going to be opening some very real conversations, reflect and connects with the reflective side. And you can find this new channel by searching @Psalming Life on YouTube. And there's also a link in the description. But then, of course, that left the question, what happens here to StormDawn? And strangely, this channel suddenly feels freer too, because now StormDawn can fully become learning YouTube publicly, trying to make shorts, bike rides, swim fests, hot chocolates and cake, adventures, experiments, and yeah, there will be weird ideas, and still learning how to edit various things, still failing publicly, and storytelling. And comment below if you have any ideas. So StormDawn is basically becoming, let's see what happens if we try this. Which probably means that this channel will involve me accidentally hiking, biking, skiing, and talking myself into increasingly weird and awkward, no doubt, situations. This channel is probably me creating more problems with the camera. But for the first time, both channels feel authentically themselves. And that feels really good. So this week feels like the beginning of something. I don't feel particularly equipped for any of this yet. I'm still trying to work it all out. But I would like to invite you into the journey with me as I do it. Because this week, the gimbal is being annoying. Because this week continues the story. I really don't feel particularly equipped for any of this. And I'm not sure where either of these channels go. I'm looking forward to where they go, but I also think this is why it feels all so exciting.